Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing another advice segment. I know I got a lot of good feedback from the last one that I did. I got quite a few emails, so it's been hard for me to kind of sift through them and bring to you some of the best ones, or some of the ones that are most relatable. The one that I am going to be using is from a girl who wrote to me about her ex and seems to be still in love with them. I think this is something that a lot of us can really relate to in our lives at some point, where we break up with someone or someone breaks up with us and we're not completely over them, and so everything that we do is kind of revolving around that person. Every person that we meet is more or less compared to that person. So I thought, sorry, my camera shook. My son is walking back and forth here. If you hear him like talking, I'm very sorry, but I am a mother, and like I said, he is not, like I said in my last video, he is not really napping. So it's hard for me to film usually, because I usually film when he's napping, and he's not napping anymore. So you guys are just gonna have to work with me. So anyway, I thought this would be something very relatable for us, especially since we are women and we might have all gone through or are going through something like this. So here is her here's her story. You want to come down?
Yeah.
Come on. Sorry guys. Hi Jessie, I recently saw that you were starting an advice column. I am in need of serious advice. Here it goes. So I can't for some reason get over and stop thinking about my ex. We were together for about 5 years and we have so much history. We were young and we had so many issues in our relationship. I ended the relationship for many reasons. He was young and immature at times. He was very jealous. He didn't communicate much, but he was the love of my life. It was super hard for me to walk away, but I felt like I just had to. Some time passed and he would continue to contact me begging to have me back. I kept refusing because I didn't think it was right. No one of my friends or family liked that relationship. Everyone claimed it was toxic. At times I did agree that it was. I kept refusing to take him back as much as sometimes I thought it would be easier to take him back. At times I kept refusing. I guess she's saying I refused to take him back even though she thought it was easier. She refused to take him back even though she thought it was easier to just take him back, basically. I started to date to see if that would help me move on. After a while, I started to think that I was getting over him. He would still continue to chase me. I met someone much older than me. My mom met this older man and she said he was great for me. I've never had her approval before on a relationship because she hated my ex, so her approval felt good. I did feel like I fell in love with the older man, so I decided to give this relationship a try. My ex, of course, found out and just kept contacting me, still trying to get me back. Then some time passed and I got pregnant by my older boyfriend. I told my ex that I am having a baby and he was, of course, hurt. I wanted him to understand that he needed to just move on. He offered to take me and the baby in because he just wanted me that badly. I told him I could not do that to him or my boyfriend. At that point, I realized I still had feelings for my ex. I thought I was over him. I stopped any form of conversation right away. I told him to please stop contacting me, and he finally did. I thought that would help me move on completely, but I realize now that I haven't. I think about him all the time. I have dreams about him every night. Every song reminds me of him. I miss him terribly. I still love him, and he continues to be the love of my life. Why can't I get over him? I have a beautiful baby with my boyfriend. He talks about getting married. His family loves me. He's been hurt before, and I don't want to be the one to hurt him again, so of course I never mentioned this to him. Lately, I lost my place. Our relationship seems distant. He's a great father and a great man that puts our needs before his. But at this point, I don't know that I am happy because it almost feels like I've settled. I think that my ex has probably moved on to someone else. I am not sure as I have not spoken to him in about a year. What do? I feel settled. I do have feelings for my boyfriend, but just not the feelings that I have for my ex. I miss him and his family so much. I had such a good relationship with his family, better than I have with mine. I sometimes want to contact them, but am afraid of what they will say or tell me that he is with someone else. I don't want to hear that. Plus, I don't think he would like me talking to them. What do I do, Jesse? I miss him terribly and miss his family too. If you could reply in a video when you have time, I would appreciate that. Just in case someone is going through the same thing. I feel like I can't discuss this with anyone as I'm a very private person and I feel ashamed of these feelings. Thank you for listening and thank you for starting this advice segment. You're great and I love all your videos. Hoping that you make a video about this one. We'll always continue to watch. Love you. Oh, love you too, girl. Okay, so obviously this is something that probably a lot of girls are going through, and I can say that this is something that I've been through at some point in my life. This is tough because there's a kid involved, and your new relationship goes deeper than just a regular relationship. Like, you guys have built a family, so this is tough. So I'm gonna tread very lightly with this one. Here's what I'm gonna say. Are you sure you're not like missing him because you feel like he's moved on? Like, I know some people feel a certain way when they think that someone has gotten over them. So is this just your subconscious saying, oh my God, is he over me because I'm not over him? Now I miss him so much because I feel like, you know, he has this new life. I guess that's something that you have to ask yourself, because if that is the case, then this is going to be an easy fix for you. You really need to sit down and figure out what it is that's making you feel this way. And if it's not all of a sudden, as these are feelings that you've carried with you for a really long time, I would say that you would need to talk to your boyfriend. I mean, I know you don't want to be the one to hurt him, but either way, he's going to be hurt. If you leave him for someone else, he's going to be hurt. And if you don't tell him and secretly have feelings for someone else, you're still hurting him. Like, maybe your relationship right now is distant because of feelings that you currently have for your ex. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the distance is prompted by you. And the only way you can get this out in the open and really figure it out and sort through it is if you talk to someone about it. And that someone is probably your boyfriend, because he's in it with you. And at that point, that's the only time you'll be able to really know what the right move is. I feel like if you put your feelings out into the universe and you really talk through them, you'll know how you feel afterward. I'm a firm believer of that, especially if you speak them to the person that you're in a relationship with. I mean, you'll know at that point if what you feel is real or if deep down inside you want to be with him. You'll know. You'll just know. I know for me, it took me a really long time to get over my ex. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. It's my first heartbreak. And everyone I dated after was basically not measuring up, and I found myself really comparing people that I was with against that other person. And it was really hard for me to really move on. But it wasn't until I met my husband where, you know, I felt those feelings really deteriorate and go away. And I don't know if it was because I met my husband at that time or if it was because I told myself, like, enough is enough. You need to get on with your life. And what I can say is that just based on your relationship, your old relationship, based on what you've told me, because obviously I don't know everything about your old relationship. If people around you were saying that it was toxic and they were the people that you loved, I would say listen. Sometimes the people that we love can tell us what we don't see. And especially when you're in a relationship, you're not really prone to seeing exactly what it's about until people around you start seeing what you go through, start seeing your shift in moods, and really are on the outside looking in. So if they tell you it's toxic, you should probably listen and you should take that to heart. So I know how you might be feeling inside, but it's best for you to really listen to the people that love you, because maybe this is not the right relationship for you. And, you know, I believe that people can change, but I also believe that people change and then there's that underlying person, like that person who they used to be is still underlying. So you have a kid right now with this person who you really liked. Your family loves them, and I really think you should give that a chance. I think that you should talk to him and sort through your feelings, and tell him that you need to sort through your feelings, because this was a person that was very important in your life, and you ended it abruptly, and it was hard for you to kind of put it in the past and use that as a path to finding your way. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if you should stay with your boyfriend or go with your ex. I don't know. But what I do know is that if you ended it, it's a reason. There's a book out that says it's called A Breakup Because It's Broken. Or there's a book out, I don't know if it's He's Just Not That Into You. I think that's what the book is, but there's a chapter in the book, or the book is called this, I'm not sure, but it's called A Breakup Because It's Broken. And I reminded myself of that when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend and my heart was broken. Like, if they can do that to you and put you through that misery, I mean, you gotta take that into account. And you have a good man right now who's a good father to your son. I'm not saying be miserable, but what I'm saying is give it a chance. And by give it a chance, I mean give him a chance and tell him what's going on, and allow him to feel and allow yourself to feel, and maybe you guys will figure it out together. I don't know what will happen, but I do know that the best thing to do always, always, always is tell the truth and be honest. You're not married, but you've entered into a different level of a relationship because you now have introduced a child to it. So it's really important that you try your best to, you know, give it as much as you can. I know this was a very quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I didn't want to give too much advice on this because really the answer is up to you. And for you ladies who are going through this, you're going to get over it. You're going to get through it. It's only a small part of your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video, y'all. Bye.